Warm greetings, beautiful families, and wonderful hearts around the world. Welcome to another episode of Enny's Diamond Stories, where everyday moments shine with extraordinary lessons, and where the voices of children and families remind us of the treasures that truly matter. Today's story opens a gentle window into the world of children, what they feel, what they see, and the surprising revelations they often carry in their little hearts as Christmas approaches. Settle in, relax, and allow this heart-touching journey to unfold. Christmas is a season wrapped in lights, colors, preparations, and excitement. Parents rush to create the perfect atmosphere, decorations are arranged, gifts are planned, and long lists of responsibilities grow by the day. But while all of this unfolds, children quietly observe everything. They notice the joy. They notice the stress. They notice the rushing. They notice the sacrifices. Most importantly, they build expectations, some spoken, many unspoken, based on what they see their parents do. In today's story, we step into the world of 4 children preparing for Christmas in their own magical ways. Their teamwork, innocence, and secret hopes slowly reveal something powerful to their parents, a Christmas built not around perfection, but around presence, love, and togetherness. Let the journey begin. A thin mist of winter air wrapped around the neighborhood. Frost glazed the windows like delicate lace patterns. Inside the Brownstone family's home, 4 children, Lola, Jayden, Mimi, and Ethan, gathered around the Christmas tree that was still bare, leaning slightly like a tired old man waiting for a warm coat. Boxes of ornaments lay scattered, ribbons trailing across the floor, and the children seemed to vibrate with the kind of excitement that only December could ignite. Jayden placed a small wooden star on the carpet and admired it. Lola opened a box filled with ornaments shaped like bells, angels, and gingerbread men. Mimi twirled a shiny red ribbon across her fingers, imagining it as a magic wand. Ethan adjusted his tiny Santa hat that kept sliding sideways. They were preparing for Christmas in a way only children could, full of dreams, wonder, secrets, and expectations. The room brightened as the morning sun touched the empty tree. The children began decorating. Lola stretched to hang the first ornament, her eyes glowing with hope. She had been watching her mother all week. Her mother moved around the house with a tired smile, trying to create the perfect holiday. Lola wanted Christmas to be different this year, not just beautiful, but peaceful. Jayden dug through the ornament box and pulled out one shaped like a tiny Christmas house. He paused for a moment, remembering how his father spent late evenings adjusting budgets, planning expenses, and worrying about making the holiday magical. Jayden wanted less worry and more laughter. Mimi hugged a fluffy ornament shaped like a snowflake. She had been watching her parents rush through the season, shopping, cleaning, organizing, hurrying. She wished the rushing would stop for 1 hour so everyone could breathe together. Ethan placed 2 ornaments on the same branch, giggling. All he wanted was cuddle time on the couch with hot chocolate, marshmallows floating on top like tiny clouds. Their hands were small, but their expectations were enormous. The children sat in a small circle beside the glowing fireplace. Lola gently placed her hands over her heart and looked toward the kitchen where her mother often stood alone preparing meals. Her expression softened as she imagined Christmas morning with fewer chores and more laughter. Jayden leaned back on his hands, staring at the ceiling as though mapping out the perfect holiday. He tapped his fingers rhythmically, picturing his father finally relaxing, maybe even playing games with them instead of checking bills twice. Mimi pulled her knees to her chest and rested her chin on them. Her eyes sparkled mischievously as she thought about surprising her parents with handmade gifts, little tokens that carried the message she couldn't speak clearly: slow down, stay with us, breathe. Ethan crawled close to the group and held out a crayon drawing. The picture showed a family sitting together on the floor, opening gifts, wearing matching pajamas, with a gigantic heart floating above them. The children stared at the drawing, understanding its meaning instantly. They weren't preparing for Christmas alone. They were preparing for a Christmas with their parents' hearts fully present. As the children continued decorating, their observations surfaced quietly, naturally. Lola placed an ornament shaped like a clock on the tree. She had seen her mother rushing against time every day, cleaning, cooking, organizing. The ornament reminded her of how time pulled adults away from moments that truly mattered. Jayden held an ornament shaped like a piggy bank. He had noticed his father calculating expenses again and again, stretching money like rubber. He understood sacrifices even without being told. The ornament became a symbol of unseen efforts. Mimi lifted a tiny angel ornament and paused. She had watched her mother praying silently at night when she thought no one was awake. Those quiet moments inspired Mimi's desire for a gentle Christmas filled with calmness and gratitude. Ethan picked up a candy cane and licked it, before hanging it. He didn't understand adult worries, but he felt the atmosphere. He sensed the tension that crept into rooms unexpectedly. All he wanted was joy, laughter, warmth. These children knew their parents far more than their parents realized. They gathered secretly in the playroom later that afternoon. Lola began wrapping tiny gifts they had created, drawings, simple crafts, handwritten notes. Jayden folded small pieces of paper into stars and hid messages inside each one. Mimi cut colored papers into heart shapes and glued their names in the center. Ethan placed cookies on a plate even though half of them mysteriously disappeared. Their plan was simple: create a moment that would stop their parents in their tracks. A moment that whispered what their hearts had been carrying all month. A moment that revealed the truth they could not say with words. That night, when their parents stepped into the living room, the children stood beside the decorated tree, glowing with nervous excitement. Instead of running toward the gifts, the children presented the parents with their small homemade treasures. Lola extended her craft first, a card shaped like a clock but frozen at 1 hour, family time. Jayden offered his paper stars, each holding a hope for laughter and togetherness. Mimi handed over her heart-shaped pieces, each representing a moment she wished would last longer. Ethan tugged at his father's leg and held up the drawing he made earlier. The room fell silent as the parents began to understand. The children did not want more toys. They did not want more decorations. They did not want a bigger Christmas tree or more sparkling lights. They wanted their parents. Their presence. Their joy. Their rest. Their togetherness. Their attention. Christmas, in the eyes of these four little ones, was not about what money could buy, but what love could offer. The parents slowly sank to the floor, pulling the children into a warm embrace. For the first time in weeks, the air felt light. The weight of expectations melted. The parents finally saw how deeply their children observed, how much they absorbed, how clearly they interpreted every action. That night became a turning point. The parents turned off their phones. The budgeting worries paused. The rushing stopped. The home exhaled. Hot chocolate was brewed. Pajamas were worn. Cookies were shared, mostly by Ethan. Soft Christmas music filled the air. Christmas arrived early, not through gifts but through understanding. In that home, four children taught their parents a lesson that echoed through every room. Christmas is not about perfection. It is not about spending. It is not about rushing. It is about presence over presence. It is about moments over materials. It is about family over frenzy. Their parents learned that love has a voice, even when children do not speak it directly. Sometimes, the smallest hands hold the biggest wisdom. If this story touched your heart, inspired you, or reminded you of the true meaning of family, love, and Christmas, then don't leave without joining this beautiful journey. Hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and become part of our growing family here on Enny's Diamond Stories. New powerful, emotional, and life-changing stories are released every week, stories that warm the heart, inspire the mind, and strengthen homes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and keep shining like diamonds. See you in the next episode.